answering some questions on goal setting, because details are always great to hear. What to do when your idea has been rolling nicely, however it got sluggish for the last 2 months, and you don't want to really screw up the next 4, because 2018 needs to finish with a big bang, that happy smile, that moment you go, I did it. So let's answer an email. Roll it. Welcome back to another video where we have moved into this September, where we talked about yesterday about goal setting. Where have you been for the last 9 months? What happened in 2018? Did you achieve? Did you not achieve? Did you achieve enough? Did you push yourself to that point where you hit the mark about 70%, 80%, 90%, or was it down to 20%? In this video, I'm answering an email from somebody who really did great. However, the last 2 months they were sluggish, and naturally it's summer, you're working on a project, you're not getting paid for it yet, you know the end result, and then you kind of slowed down. Does not matter, you're not giving yourself enough breaks, and you see this slowdown. So let's see what we can do. Let's jump into this email. Hi Nikos, I love your goal setting videos. Thank you. I spent the last 6 months working on my new project. Congrats, that is awesome. I love that. Last 2 have been sluggish. I want to finish 2018 with a bang. What would you recommend I focus on? I have another 3 months worth of work to do before I can fully launch, but I find myself asking, did I do too much? Like your Ideas to Profits course says, niche down is critical. Truth. I feel I have done that, but how do you know for sure? Great video yesterday, by the way. Let's look at this from the perspective of where you're at first. You have been working for 6 months on something. So for 4 months you're flying. Your motivation was geared on this opportunity, and then summer came through. You knew it's gonna take longer, but summer came, and summer is always a tough one to work through because the great weather, you're hanging out with your friends are taking vacations, they're like, we'll be at the cottage, we'll be at the boat, you're like, hey, I'll take a day off here, a day off there, and then you lose that routine, you lose that motivation that you have each day by focusing on that routine, and here you are. Momentum is critical. When we lose momentum, it's hard to get it back, and this is why September is a great month to get it back. This is where you say, all right, I spent 4 months doing great, and then the 2 months I didn't. So what did I do that I was doing great in those 4 months? What has changed? And you need to focus on those 2 things right off the bat. Is this a niching down issue? I'm not sure, but I'm going to tell you what to do about that in a sec. But really focus on this. What did you do at the beginning, those first 4 months that had you moving on that momentum? What happened in the last 2 months? How do we fix this? After you've written all this down, well, now you can actually look at it and you can say to yourself, all right, do I have what it takes on a mental place to get through the next 4 months based on what I'm doing right now, based on these things I've written down? What changed to slow me down? Is it more of me wanting some personal time and I didn't give myself personal time and I burnt out? Or is it the idea that you're not really that confident about? Is there something missing? Are you missing something from that? Or is it just so long of a project you're starting to double guess yourself, so you're not as confident on it? What I want you to do with the niching down is really ask yourself, where are we with this niching down? What is actually happening, and have I accurately done this? Now, if you are able to look at it from this perspective, it will really help you. When we niche down, what we're saying is we have this original idea, and as we brainstorm the idea, we get more ideas and we combine more ideas into the big picture, and all of a sudden, instead of having this one little idea that started the whole thing, we have a combo pack of ideas that you need to work on in order to really see that potential of money coming in. And is that really what we need to be focusing on right now is the real question. If it is what you need, then we really have to just sit down and go, hey, what did I do right before in those first 4 months? And let's bring in the critical aspects and really push away the last 2 months of sluggish behavior so that we can implement a process through the next 3 months that you need to really get this thing going. And what you're gonna do is sit down and say, each day I'm gonna perform these tasks. Get a mind map out, really write down everything in terms of an eagle eye view over the 3 months. What do you need to achieve through this time, and break it all down so that each day you are performing to the best of your ability for at least those hours to finish those tasks. And if it's like 3 hours or 4 hours, you're gonna say, I'm not moving until I get it done. No external influence will stop me from achieving the things I need to achieve. Now, the niching down question, it's a critical question. Have I niched down enough? Is it enough, and am I doing this right? I really want you to sit down in the situation you're in and say, you have 3 months. And in those 3 months, I just did 4 months. In those 3 months, what is it that you need to finish? What are the tasks you need to finish, the objectives? And you might have 4 or 5 things, okay? And you're gonna go through them and you're gonna say, do I need these so I can sell my original idea? Now, the question that always comes up is, well, if I want to make that money that I'm thinking, yes. Well, yes. So if you drop the price a little bit to get launched and then finish those things in the next 3 months so you can start getting cash flow coming in, was that not worth it? Or is it, something that, hey, I'm not gonna do? Now you can look at it from this perspective and say, do I need money? Do I need to find cash flow? Do I need all this stuff, or can I wait for 3 months? If you can wait and you don't need to do that, and you're like, you know what, I want the whole thing, then do the whole thing and go back to, figuring out your plan and get moving. What motivated you before or not? Get it done and get moving. If it is that you can, now restructure yourself and say to yourself, okay, if I start selling now the original idea, let me plan out, instead of 3 months pressure, let me expand that based on what the idea is through a timeline that is agreeable. As cash flow starts coming in, it will become easier, because at the same time, you might be able to afford services so people can do certain things for you. And the list goes on of all the benefits. This is what I would be doing if the opportunity is there. Really ask yourself, can I sell the original idea without those things I need to do in the next 3 months? And you will have your answer if you niche down enough. This is just something that on a coach call we'd be going through and saying, hey, what's the value? What's the percentage in difference? Where is it? And what you think that scale that is valuable to you to do. And we would walk through all the options, having those opportunities to really focus on what's best, and then you can make that decision. You need to just do it for yourself. The example on this is, I have a buddy who's like, I want to get going on my business, and he's a fitness guy, and he's like, I need to get moving now. And I'm like, okay, you're designing this course, you're doing all these things, and I know you're going to be watching, so pay attention. And you're designing all these things, the content for your course, the content for your marketing, the content for your actual funnel, you name it. You want to get everybody into the group, and here we are, and you're going through to November. You only have 4 weeks worth of stuff. Why not launch right now at a cheaper price, so that when people jump in, you now have people going through your course, their test cases, and they can give you feedback, and they give you all that critical social proof you need to really advertise. What's going to happen is if your course is 12 weeks, now at the 4th week, when these people get there, you're going to have stuff done for the next week, and you can now pace yourself, because now you're being forced. If you fail at this, these people are going to be like, well, what the hell? Like, I signed up for this program and you're not even doing it. And this will be the most amazing motivation for you, because you will more than likely start going and finishing all the videos and all the content for yourself as they're approaching the 4 weeks for the next week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and you're going to work on this rotation as you go through it. Now, as you finish the October's videos and people are going through those, you can bring in another set of group at a higher price. And then as you kick through, finishing November and into Christmas, what's happening? You have like 20, 30, 40 people in your group, and around Christmas, people are eating, and the festive season is here, and everybody's on their holidays, and you swing through New Year, and you have like 30, 40 people. All these people have signed up, and now more people are going to be like, oh my God, you got social proof too, and this looks like it works. And you kick off in January, February, March, and you've done all the course through the fall, you're done. It's just, you just have to focus on them and getting the feedback and adjusting some stuff, but you're moving in the right direction. Very, very, very important here to go through this. And I know the people that will watch this video will be like, yeah, but, and then the question is, well, what's that but for? If you can come up with a legit reason for the but, legit, not an emotional one, but a logical one, well then, don't go in that route and do all the work you need to do before you launch. My thing is always about cash flow. It's always about growth. It's also about that mentality of keeping that momentum. And this really helps in this particular situation. Take some time and really focus on building proper habits through this so the momentum can continue. The only way you can do that is if you put that timeline down and really say to yourself, I'm gonna do this each day. Nothing's gonna interrupt me. I'm not gonna go out for beers with the boys. I'm not gonna go out for, beers with the girls. You're gonna focus on work. That's it. That is what you're gonna be doing. And unless something critical comes up, you're not picking up this phone to talk to people. You're not doing anything else. Your sight is on that win, and you need the win rolling through the new year. My name is Nikos Rentas. This is mentorsapproach.com. Hit a like if you like what you see, and of course hit the subscribe button. If you've been in this similar situation, what did you do to really get motivated, get moving with this newfound momentum through the last quarter of the year? And of course, leave that story below, because somebody might be reading it after watching this video, and who knows, you might help change a life.